And we are on air.
Hi guys, my name's Brianna and today I'm going to be talking about what my tattoos mean to me. So let's get right into the video. Okay, so after I got my first tattoo, I made a video talking about what it means to me, why I got it, just like why it's special to me. Because I personally believe that for myself, I don't ever want to put something permanently on my body that isn't incredibly significant to me and tell some kind of story about something that happened in my life or something that makes me who I am or something along those lines. Really significant stuff. So I'm not going to be talking about this tattoo because I talked about it in its whole own video, but I haven't made a video like that since, and I now have 5 tattoos. So in this video I'm going to be talking about 4 of my tattoos and just going into what they mean to me. So after this tattoo, I got 2 tattoos at the same time. I got this one right here and this one right here. This one on my arm says, "But it feels oddly good to hurt." That is a song lyric from Dodie's song, She. First of all, Dodie as a whole is someone who's really significant for me. I have found connections in so many of her songs. Her songs always cut really deep for me. But She in particular, it's a love song when you are pining after a girl who just doesn't love you back. It's very meaningful for me in its exact meaning of the song, but I also like this specific lyric to encompass love in general. You know, but it feels oddly good to hurt. The pain is what makes you know that the love is worth it. Because if you felt no pain, then that's not going to be real love, that's not going to be strong, true love, and it was just a waste of your time. The pain is what makes it love, and it's worth it to go through the pain to feel the love. So it feels oddly good to hurt because you feel that love in the pain. Now I do have specific people I have correlated this song with throughout the years that were really big impacts on my life, but I'm not going to get into specific details of my personal life, just what these personally mean to me on a more broad subject. But I'm sure if you guys have been watching my videos long enough, you could figure out who some of these tattoos might be correlated with in some way, shape, or form. Now, I'm also the type of person that the location of the tattoo matters as well. So for me, it was really difficult to decide where I wanted this tattoo, but then I figured it out. Dodie has a tattoo in the same spot, but just hers says "A bit of madness is key," which is from La La Land. I love that tattoo as well, and La La Land also is like very impactful for me, but I don't have any La La Land tattoos. But I decided to get my tattoo in the same spot as Dodie's tattoo, so it's like I have my significant lyrics of hers in the same spot that she has something that's significant to her. I know, I thought that was pretty cool. And the font, so on the cover of one of Dodie's albums, Intertwined, or it's not an album, it's an EP, but she has her name written in this like font. I presume it's her handwriting, but you know, we couldn't find a match for the font anywhere, so my tattoo artist actually tried to replicate the font as best as possible into this, so that's where the font comes from as well. Now the tattoo I got at the same time as this one, the one under here on my ribs, you know, clearly it's a rainbow tattoo, and that's because I'm part of the LGBTQ+ community. I'll make a whole video at some point going into my feelings on different labels and stuff like that, but I have known for most of my life that I am not straight, and that has had its ups and downs and identity crisis after identity crisis, but it's something that is really important to me, and I wanted to have that somewhere on my body. And this one, I took till the last minute, literally, to decide where I wanted to put it. I was walking into the tattoo shop and I was like, "Carl, I changed my mind on what I want to do with the rainbow." So in the end, I decided to put it on my rib underneath my boobie, because on this side, just because it's closer to my heart being on my left side, and just in that spot on my rib cage, because I feel like that's someplace like is very close to your core. Something that like makes you who you are should be close to your core and close to your heart, and especially it being about sexuality and stuff, you know, it's something that has to do with who you love, and you can't change who you love, so that being very close to my heart was something that I thought was really, really good for me. And I got these 2 tattoos at the same time in June during Pride Month, so that's kind of why I got those particular tattoos at those times, because I was like, I really want to do something for Pride, and because of COVID, you know, I don't want to miss another Pride, because I went to Pride back in 2018, then 2019 was my graduation, I couldn't go, then 2020, pandemic, 2021, pandemic. In 2021, I was like, I don't want this to be a third Pride Month that I don't do anything, so I decided to get these tattoos. Alright, so the 4th tattoo I got was this one right over here on my collarbone. I got this one totally on a whim. I was hanging out with my friend and she was just like, or I don't even remember which one. One of us was like, wouldn't it be so crazy if we just like got tattoos right now? So we just went and got tattoos right that moment. It was a tattoo I had been considering for a while, but I hadn't had the location or anything like that set in stone, so it was definitely like spur of the moment. They are forget-me-nots. Forget-me-nots have basically always been my favorite flower for as long as I've had a favorite flower. Obviously they're really, really beautiful, but it goes deeper than that. For me, this tattoo is a representation of no matter what happens in life, the people you lose or the bad things that end certain relationships, the happy memories will still always be valuable and they'll still always have a special place in my heart. So I will never forget, you know, forget me not. And you know, when I decided to put on my collarbone, I was just thinking about like me being an old lady sitting like this, like just like rubbing the tattoo like this, thinking fondly on my old memories of people who have come and gone, and like just like, you know, sitting in a little rocking chair. And I don't know, I decided so last minute the location of this tattoo, and I couldn't be happier with it. I love it so much. This tattoo is so special to me. And as for the actual design, I had a couple designs that I really liked, and the tattoo artist just kind of took a look and meshed them together into something that I would be happy with. So that's pretty much it for that one. And then my 5th last most recent tattoo is on my leg over here. It is a koi fish, but more specifically, it's a koi fish that is the exact art on the cover of my favorite book. If you've been watching my videos for a long time, you would know that my favorite book is Our Chemical Hearts. I love that book for so many reasons. There are so many things about how I view the world that don't necessarily come from that book. Like, I could have believed them before and whatnot, but were really solidified by that book. So for me, this tattoo really represents a lot of my beliefs, you know, about how I view the universe and how I view us as people. And that kind of goes into why I got the tattoo here. So one of the things I talk about in the book, besides all the stuff about the universe and yada yada, they also talk about how in certain cultures, there's this belief that if something is broken and you fix it with gold seams, it's more beautiful for having been broken. I'm not even going to try and pronounce it because I'm not going to be able to, but I can put it up on the screen what this is called. And it's like kind of a theme in the book where they talk about how like people can be viewed the same way. You know, your brokenness and your pain will make you stronger and you can grow as a person and be more beautiful for that, you know? Like there's this one part in the book where the girl is like, Henry, I can see it in your eyes. It's like you see the gold seams forming or something like that. And she's like, you know, I'm not a piece of pottery like that, you know, like that they fix with gold seams. But the truth is, at the end of the book, she is growing and becoming a better person despite her pain, and it's making her beautiful and stronger despite that. Why I got it here in particular is because she has a scar on her leg from a car accident, the girl in the book, and you know, that was her physical pain that led to all of her quote-unquote cracks being filled with gold seams. So putting it here, it's like a representation of any scars I have, physical, mental, emotional, in tattoo form right here on my leg, right where her physical scar was. So for me, it's a representation of no matter how broken you are, you can grow from that and become more beautiful inside and out. And it's also a representation on all the views of the universe that they talk about in that book that I strongly agree with. And I find like a lot of comfort in all of that. Like they talk about redemption and how death is the greatest redemption redemption. It makes life worth living because no matter what bad things you do, at the end of the day, your atoms get to disperse back into the universe and you are forgiven for all that you did. And for me, that always really resonated because I'm not that much of a religious person and I'm not sure exactly what I believe, if I believe in God or anything like that. But the fact that your literal, like, the atoms of your body get dispersed back into the universe in that one day, you know, like, all of us will be gone. Every person who ever walked the earth will be gone, and the physical aspects of our body will be redispersed to do other things within the universe is so beautiful to me that it's a belief I can hold on to make death less scary without knowing what I believe happens to our souls or our spirits or whatever when we die. And they also talk about how that can give you courage to do things because, you know, why should you be scared to, you know, ask out the person you have a crush on because you might get embarrassed if they reject you, if you know you're gonna get redemption one day and that all the stupid things you did are going to be washed away one day. It gives you courage to live life how you want to live it and not have that fear. So this tattoo has a plethora of meanings to me, and honestly, I haven't even hit all of them, but it's just a really, really special for me, and I'm really happy with it. And you know, it's really interesting because when I first decided what tattoos I wanted to get, I thought I wasn't going to get any colored tattoos. And then I got the rainbow and I was like, alright, that's it. It's gonna be my only colored tattoo. Everything else is gonna be black. And just the one rainbow is a colored tattoo to show like how meaningful that is for me. Well, now I have 2 blue tattoos, and so I'm just really loving colored tattoos the more and more I'm thinking about it and stuff. So who knows what kind of tattoos I'm gonna get looking forward, but all I know is that everything about them has to be really meaningful for me in order for me to feel comfortable getting it. When it comes to the tattoo itself, the design of it, the placement of it, everything, every aspect of the tattoo has to be meaningful. And you know, people get tattoos for all sorts of reasons and you guys don't have to agree, and I don't judge anybody for getting tattoos just for the sake of it, but for me it's something that's always going to be really, really meaningful. If I have a tattoo on my body, it's because it is part of who I am or my fundamental beliefs or something like that. So I feel like my tattoos really say a lot about who I am, and I'm really proud of that. But that's about it until I get some more tattoos, so I hope you guys enjoyed, but that's it for today's video. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Happy VEDIM, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Mwah.